Well, there are so many brand new decks that came with Destined Rivals, none of them have as much firepower as Ethan's Magcargo. This is basically like a spiritual successor to Chen Pao, allowing it to essentially one-shot anything in the game, and the great part about it is Ethan's Magcargo is a single prizer. You also have the brand new Pinsir for some type coverage against decks like Grimmsnarl EX or even Charizard EX, and it all comes together thanks to Ethan's Ho-Oh with the Golden Flame ability, letting it accelerate 2 energy to any of your bench Ethan's Pokemon. This is going to let us get Magcargos up and ready very easily to one-shot anything in the entire game. Here is a list that I'm working with today. It's very focused around building up these Ethan's Magcargos, but also it's pretty consistent at attacking with Ho-Oh whenever you need it. Our draw engine is a combination of Mew, Fezandipiti, and our supporters, and we have kind of enough draw supporter cards because we're playing 4 research and 3 Ionos in here to consistently use superior energy retrieval and other energy retrieval cards to bring our energies back into our hand. We got a couple of other supporters in here, 2 of the brand new Ethan's Adventure to help us get set up and also help us get fire energies in a pinch, such as times that are under Badoo lock. I am a huge fan of this deck, and I think that you will too. I'm not going to talk any longer, let's just hop into some games and get some dubs with Ethan's Magcargo. Our opponent has flipped the coin. It ended up tails, and tails, it failed us. Be sure to go on over to hitmonchanting.com, get yourself a playmat, some prize packs, some regular packs, some singles, and more. Every single purchase helps me and supports the channel, and also check out my other sponsors, PTCGL store for code cards, Pokemon.gg for collection tracking, and Endgame TCG for sleeves. Code Hitmon on all of those, and then head on over to Card Trader and use code Hitmon5. You can get 5% off, links in the description. Accelerate. If we were able to top deck a Nest Ball or something, that would be pretty solid in allowing us to establish an early Ethan's Ho-Oh. But for now, they're gonna go for a Fan Rotom, Fan Call, get a couple of colorless Pokemon with 70 HP, or 100 HP or less into their hand, and they're grabbing the Ditto, they're grabbing the Hoot, and the Noctowl. So we're gonna see what they're playing here off this Earthen Vessel. I think it is Terra Box. I don't know many Terra Boxes that play Badoo, which is kind of interesting to me. Maybe they do play. I don't have a huge ton of experience with like the new way that this deck plays, but hey, it seems on brand. I'm guessing they're going to get something like Wellspring Ogerpon here, or they could get Teal Mask. That's also possible, but we'll see. If they get the Teal Mask, we would really like to get that OHKO. I think that would be insanely valuable for us to do. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens. You know, an Ultra Ball top deck here would be fantastic because we can Ultra Ball away the Energy Retrieval and the Earthen Vessel. Okay, there's a Teal Mask. I'm really hoping we're able to get that knockout. I'm really hoping for it. Yeah, we would Ultra Ball these cards away, go for a Golden Flame with Ho-Oh, and then draw with Restart, and then Iono them. That would be really great for us, and pretty devastating for their boards. So let's see what our top deck is here. It's another Fire Energy, like, that's pretty bad. We're just gonna Iono. I don't want to attach to the Mew, it's kind of a waste of an attachment, but we can still potentially get some good things going here. Ooh, this is a terrible hand. Oh, man. Because they can actually knock out this Mew if we attach. Oh, no ball search in 20-some cards almost. Or what's that, 12 cards, that's not 20-some. But yeah, that's bad. If we attach to the Mew here, because then they can go attach and then Teal Dance, and then that will allow them to knock us out, because that'll be doing 180 damage if we put the energy on there. So yeah, this is kind of tragic for us. We have no draw supporter for next turn. We got no ball search. We can't even have found... We couldn't even find Squawkabilly if we wanted to. And that Squawkabilly's in here to bail us out of hands like these. So this might be... We might be cooked. This might be a scoop angle. We'll see what happens. They're getting their own Mew. I can 100% see them going for just a Myriad Leaf Shower anyways here, because if we don't top deck anything good, we are cooked. We are cooked beyond belief. Even them getting a hit on this Mew EX is still pretty bad, because then they can use Teal Mask Ogerpon later on to clean it up, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So there goes the Area 0. We can't even thin our hand down enough to use a Restart, and they got a nice research there. Ooh, man. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Even an Ultra Ball may not be enough to save us here, but Okay, there's a Myriad Leaf Shower. Hopefully a decent top deck comes through. Ultra Ball. Okay, there's a shot that we can actually make some magic happen here. We're definitely gonna drop the Jamming Tower. I'm trying to think the way to most optimally play this is to get rid of SER and make Cargo. We only have one Ho-Oh. Oh my gosh, we're beyond cooked. That's devastating for us. If we had two Ho-Oh, we could have just KO'd this Ogerpon here. But because we don't, we're just stuck with the one Ho-Oh and we can't take a KO. That is genuinely what's going to lose us the game most likely. Let's restart here. See, another Ultra Ball. Well, we wouldn't have had it actually, but that's really tough. I'm going to save this. Let's pass. If they just boss KO the Ho-Oh, because I think they can with a Myriad Leaf Shower here. They're doing 120, 150, 180, 210. If they get one more energy, they can just boss KO this Ho-Oh, and then I think we'll be in a really terrible spot. If they KO the Mew, we might be okay, because depending on what the top deck is, we can Ultra Ball one Fire Energy and that card, get Fez, and then go from there. So they don't have any Noctowls out. They don't have any, what's it called? Yeah, they don't have any Noctowls. They don't have any way to search for boss. But if they just have it, which is very possible, they only got rid of one. No Counter Catcher would be live. So, okay, just Myriad Leaf Shower. Definitely a safe play from them. No Supporter. I feel like they would have played a Crispin there. Unless all their energies are stuck on the Teal Mask. That's also a possibility. But, okay, we get Nest Ball. We get some stuff going here. Let's go for the Nest Ball first. Get the Fezandipiti. It's going to be tough to come back. I'm not going to pretend that it won't, but I do think it is possible. Okay, we do have some solid stuff going on here. Let's Ethan's Adventure for Slugma, Fire Slugma. I think that's pretty good. There's no Pinsir coming through, and I want to be able to start establishing the Slugma here. So we'll do this. Let's double Golden Flame to one of these Slugmas. And the rest I'm going to keep. For now, it's Shining Feathers, because there's a high chance we just get another Ho-Oh off of the prize cards here. So with this one goes down, I'm not going to be super upset. Yeah, we got the other Ho-Oh. We got the Night Stretcher as well, which is good to get this Ethan's Magcargo from the discard pile. And here comes a Badoo. You know, it's also possible they just don't have a really good... They just don't have good cards in their hand. I mean, they do have 9 cards in their hand, so I don't think that's likely, but they might just not have the right combination. Like I said, they have no way to bring out, to search for anything. They do have the Crispin, though, so if they can get this Pikachu powered up, there's a Water Energy, potentially the Lightning is getting accelerated here. They could also use Sparkling Crystal. Oh, no, they just have the Grass in the hand already. And they're going for the Super Rod here. So this Pikachu knocking out this Ho-Oh might be a little bit challenging for us. I think we're really going to try and find the Iono. We got 2 in the deck, hopefully. That's going to have to be what saves us here. Because if we can't get the Iono play, then they're probably just going to win. An Ultra Ball here, I'm guessing, is going to get the Fez for them. But it could also opt to... or they could also opt to get another... Hoot. They've only played the one, so that's not the worst thing. Again, they got Flip the Script access. I think our actual best case scenario next turn would be to go establish a Magcargo and Prime Catcher the Fez with Iono. If we can pull that off, because this Pikachu will have nothing on it, the Mew EX is not going to be able to do anything substantial against the Magcargo. We leave a single prizer in the active. We got a really decent shot at that. So I think what I want to do, we're going to lead this Slugma here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll lead this Slugma. SER is a start. I think we need to go for the Fez first here, just because we have so many good cards in the hand. Okay, no Iono. We're definitely benching Ho-Oh. We can Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher can get the Mew, and the Mew might be your only hope to get another Iono into play. I think what we'll need to do here is attach for turn on this Slugma on the bench. Worst case scenario, we just bring it up and we steady fire breathing them. And then I think we go Ultra Ball here. Get ourselves a Magcargo. Another thing we could do, we could throw Pinsir at this Pikachu, but Slugma's effectively going to do the same thing. Put this Magcargo here. We SER for 2 energy only. And then we Golden Flame, put them on the Ho-Oh. Could have retreated actually, but let's see if we need Prime Catcher and we need Iono. We get the Prime Catcher, but no Iono here. And this is kind of rough too, because we're not actually able to, like, we're not able to do a big knockout. So I think I'm just going to retreat. Steady Fire Breathing for 20. That's going to have to be a pass here. If they just have, like, they can't Crispin Boss, which is the thing. They're pretty board locked right now. So I think the best thing they can do still is take a 1 prize knockout, but we're down 3 superiors. We do have regular energy retrieval, which will be good for us, but it's still going to be an uphill battle for us from here, especially with them taking out the Slugma. Or they can just drop a Turo, and that's going to completely heal that Pikachu. That's really rough. If they go for a, they're not putting another Pikachu down. See, a Badoo here is also going to be pretty bad because it won't allow us to Ultra Ball and thin the hand. We need to literally top deck Iono to have a chance at success here. We get Magcargo, but again, it's not as good as we need. I think I'm fine with Steady Fire Breathing because they're still not able to take a bench KO. I fear that we're cooked here, but maybe not. I think we go for the Steady Fire Breathing, take this Badoo out of play, because we just need to get some cards that are going to allow us to do things. Another Slugma's not the worst. It's not great. But, yeah, there's really no reason to play this Magcargo at that time. I'm just thinking, like, what can they do? They can obviously go for a Fez. They can bench this Pikachu back down because we know that they have it. Ooh, they can Assault Landing here. That's interesting. That's what they're going to do because they can't retreat with a Jamming Tower in play unless they have Area 0 and then they want to fill their bench that way. They could also go for a play that involves that. Flip the script. Yeah, we just desperately need Iono here. Without Iono, there's no chance of us winning this game. Because I can see a world where they Assault Landing, take out the Slugma, that dang 10 damage, and then they start to prepare another Pokemon to attack next turn and clean up the game. Energy Switch is likely going to go onto the Fanrotom. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, us having the freedom to go for a Badoo to go for items is going to be what saves us here. This Ogerpon has the potential to completely, destroy us. They have Mew in play. If we can bring them to no Fez, then that's going to have to be our angle. That's what we are going to have to do. We need to lead here. Fire Energy from the top. I think the beginning is going to have to be, like, we don't want to put Slugma down. We know we're getting KO'd if they establish this Ogerpon. So I think denying the Fez is just the best call. We can Ultra Ball these away. Yeah, Pinsir's not going to do much for us. It can't even KO Mew. So we'll whiff this. Attach for turn. I want to restart for 1. Don't want the Slugma. Flip the script for 3 and hope and pray. Okay, we get the Iono. So what we have to do here is, I think we need to get Latias with this Nest Ball. I think we need to Nest Ball. Oh, we don't have Latias in the deck either. I'm completely dumb with that. Because now we want a Prime Catcher. But then I guess we can just retreat this Ho-Oh. Yeah, that's what we have to do, because Golden Flame can only attach to the benched Pokemon. So we go for Super Rod, just bunch of Fire Energies right back into the deck. We still have enough to use any sort of retrieval card. We Prime Catcher, bring up the Ho-Oh, retreat, and then Iono, and I think that's going to have to be the prayer that we go for. Ogerpon is going to win anyway. There's nothing we can KO with Ethan's Ho-Oh here. That's a 2-prizer. So I think that's going to have to be our goal. We bring up Fez, go into Ho-Oh. Again, we could bench the Slugma, but no, there's really no purpose. We need a Ho-Oh, hope that we find a way to get 2 energy. That's basically all we got to do here. Okay. Got SER, and it's going to be SER for 2 energy, which is, again, really bad. Because now we are really, really fighting for scraps in the energy heap here. I don't want to leave this Ho-Oh up, because if we do, then like they can just go for a torrential pump or a sob, and then sob plus torrential pump will win. So we have to SER 2 fire energies, and then we golden flame, put them on the Magcargo. Magcargo is going to take out this Fezandipiti, but after this I really don't know what we're going to do. We Lava Burst, get rid of the 3, goodbye to the Fez. They have Draw for turn and Mew for 1. That's all they got. And now we just got to find a way to take our last prize. We have another Ho-Oh. My concern, the deck does play 10 energy, so we have 4 in the deck, or at least we should. Another problem here is if they just sob this Magcargo, we can't move it or can't do anything. Or they just have the natural Crispin in hand after an Iono to 2. How many energies do they have? They should have enough. They just have... If they literally just have Crispin energy in hand, I'm gonna be so frustrated. Well, they don't need energy. Or if it's Crispin Crystal, that's what they need. They need Crispin Crystal in hand to make it work. I'm guessing one of the cards in their hand is an Ultra Ball. It didn't immediately attach. No, but they got a Psychic Energy. Yeah, I don't know why. They got the Psychic Energy. Maybe they don't have any waters left. That's a possibility as well. And if they don't have any waters, maybe there's a shot for us. But a Sob is also equally as devastating for us right here. Yeah, Sob is bad because we had to use Prime Catcher. So this is still, like, it's still a battle that we're fighting. It's an uphill battle that we're fighting. We can bench, or actually, let's just Ultra Ball. I don't really want to bench this Ho-Oh. I don't really want to get this Slugma. We have enough energy to close out the game, but we can't move this Magcargo because we used our... Oh, we have Switch. Wait, we have Switch still. Okay. Let's restart for 3. We just need to get cards. Okay, we can use Energy Retrieval. Attach 2. I don't want to Iono just yet. Or maybe we should. Maybe we just go Golden Flame, because we need to find the Switch. Unless next turn we just hope for a Research, but we need a Research boss. That's the whole problem here. So do we Iono? Because we're essentially allowing them to get more free cards if we go for the Iono. If they had a Water Energy in hand, they would have attached it. I think the best play is Earthen Vessel away the Iono, get some Fire Energies out of the deck, and then next turn we hope to draw into Switch Boss. I think that is the best play. We can attach to the Ho-Oh in case they try and stall it. No need to attach to this Magcargo. We pass. If they have the Water Energy in hand, we are cooked, for sure. If they just have the Water Energy or the Crystal or a way to get Noctowl. So there's a lot of options that they have. They haven't played an Ultra Ball this game. They definitely have a lot of options, but if it's just a Sob, and if our cards line up just right, we can potentially win. Another Hoot Hoot hits the bench. They're going to be able to Mew for one more card. And that's the thing. I think just like playing that Iono and cycling the rest of their deck through would make it so that... Okay, they're attaching for turn to the Mew, so they're really, really hoping... Oh, and we get Iono'd, which is interesting. Get Research off the top. They're looking for the Noctowl, looking for a way to find Crystal. Come on, I'm really hoping they don't have it. Because we have a genuine shot if they don't find it. E-Switch is not helping you out right here. They can E-Switch to the Mew. Yeah, that's fine. Another Sob would be in order. Now, another sob is kind of rough for us, and I will tell you why in a second, but I just want to see if we can make the magic happen. We get the boss. Okay. This is bad for us, actually. Restart for 1. Another research. We should have another boss in the deck. Now, the dilemma is, do we go for boss and hope that they have to pass? Or do we research and hope that we find Switch? Because if we find Switch, we could heal a bunch of this damage, but Torrential Pump will still be able to KO this Magcargo because we're only healing 50 from it. I think maybe boss is the right call here. Maybe we boss this Noctowl. Will a Crispin Speedwing win? It will. Bossing this Hoot Hoot is definitely better then. Yes, okay. And pass. All right. That is the angle. Because now we also need them to find a way to move this Hoot Hoot. You got the Crispin. Nothing in there. I figured because they used one rod already. Here's a restart. Pass. If we find energy now, we just win. And we know energy's at the bottom, so I do want a Nest Ball. If this is thin to win time, we should hit it guaranteed. We have 8 cards in the deck. Restart for 1. After we restart from 1. There's the Vessel. Get rid of the research. Get these Fire Energies. I cannot believe after that terrible, terrible turn 1, we were able to bring this back. Absolute insanity. Ethan's Firebox. Ethan's Magcargo once again pops off, getting a dub. That's awesome. That was a truly great game, I think, that showed this deck's versatility. And, you know, we both bricked equally, our opponent and I, and we just had to play it the right way, and we were able to find our way back in. Just Ethan's Magcargo is a great card, and I think that this game definitely showed that. Another day, another game. Let's go ahead and pick Tails, because Tails never fails. And it is Tails, so we're going to choose to go second here. Or should we choose to go first, maybe? No, I think going second is better. Going first, we just open ourselves up to an entire can of worms and many, many problems that we could potentially have. And this is kind of a bad hand, actually. Can lead Mew. Don't tell me this is Thorns again. Oh, please, I don't want this to be Thorns. Don't make this Thorns. If it's Thorns again, I might sob. I might sob and cry. Looks like Thorns. If it looks like Thorns, it's Thorns. I'm not even putting myself through this. We call this coin flip. Tails never fails, as always. We do not want to go first. We want to go second. We want to go number 2 all day and all night. Get a good setup with the help of our supporters. This is a pretty solid hand. I will not complain about this one. We are going second, so there's a potential OHKO here. Let's lead the Slugma, but also bench the Ho-Oh in case we're playing against Donk. Our opponent did not mulligan. So let's see what happens. Because if we are, like, if there is a chance that we can get a turn 1 Ho-Oh knockout, it might be worth it. We have most of the pieces. We just need some more energies here. There's a Pikachu, so no knockout, but we could at least hit him with a steady fire breathing, bring that monstrous HP and resolute heart ability down a little bit more to our level. I can definitely see that being something valuable for us. So could still be worth it. Let's see what they grab here. Nest Ball, I'm guessing it is going to be either Joltik Box or Terra Box. Joltik Box it is. Leading with the Pikachu is a little tragic, but steady fire breathing is still going to help us out in this situation. The only thing is it's going to be hard for it to retreat after, so we need to make sure we establish a second, what's its name? We establish a second Slugma if we decide to do that. So maybe the best play overall is actually to attach to the benched Magcargo, or the benched Slugma that we're going to be using. 2 Nest Ball. We got a pretty rockin' hand here. So let's get this Slugma. We have to get rid of this Magcargo, unfortunately. Let's Nest Ball again. Don't know if I want double Ho-Oh just yet. It could be worth a Squawkabilly. Actually, if we can't use Squawk, I'd rather like avoid using Squawk here. So let's start with the Earthen Vessel. Get some fire energies going. Start with the Golden Flame on the bench. And I'm hoping what ends up happening here is we Iono and we find a way to get Magcargo, Fire Energy, and Boss for next turn. We got Jamming Tower, which is a good start. I think I'll definitely want to play that. And we might have to Squawk here just because we don't have a lot going on. Grab Squawk. Can Ultra Ball again. Get rid of these research we're not going to use. Could get Mew. Mew is going to have to be our pivot. No Fez, but that's fine with me. Let's go for the restart. Fire Energy's fine. We'll attach it to... Honestly, let's attach it to Ho-Oh. And then let's Squawk and Seize here. We're churning through our deck fairly quickly. This is what I'm talking about. The Ultra Ball, some Fire Energy. I think I'd actually like to get rid of this Fire Energy here. Get some more. Now, next turn, we're going to be able, hopefully, if all things go well, to boss KO one of their guys on the bench. Let's Golden Flame to start. And I think we'll put more on the Slugma. So now, the only issue that I'm having here is we're not able to retreat the Slugma unless we find a switch or we get double Magcargo. Double Magcargo isn't super unlikely. I can definitely see that being a, what's it called? An easy thing for us to establish, especially with Mew on our side. The only bad thing is we've got 4 or 3 research down, so no additional draw support really found. And if we don't evolve this the bench Slugma this turn, it's most certainly going to get boss and amped. So, decisions. I think prioritizing the bench Slugma is definitely the right call. There's a Jolting Charge. They haven't gone for a Squawkabilly, so there's nothing that Ho-Oh can overtly knock out. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be another option that we have is if we just top deck Prime Catcher right here, right now. We don't, but we top deck Magcargo, which is good enough. So I think that what I would rather do, let's bench this Magcargo. We only have 1 discarded, if I'm correct. So hopefully we can Vessel away. I think Vesseling the SER is good. Get 2 energy. We have the other Magcargo. We have Prime Catcher. So there is still a very substantial way that we're able to pull this off here. Let's do this. We need to find... We get this Magcargo. We just need to find one of our 2 boss or Prime Catcher here. Because we have the free retreat. And I'd also like to use this Energy Retrieval. And I'd like to put it... Oh, I guess we're playing it now. I'd like to put it on this Magcargo. But for now, I'm fine with just dumping these on the Ho-Oh. Because it's still going to be a decent backup attacker in a pinch. Right now, we restart for 3. Hopefully one of our big 3. None of our big 3. We can retreat and swing with the Magcargo, which isn't terrible, but if it gets knocked out, that is kind of terrible. So I think I'd rather leave this Magcargo in the active and pass. Did I attach for turn? Ultra Ball, Golden Flame. I didn't attach for turn. So, technically, I could Shining Feathers here. Not the worst play. At least get rid of this Joltik. I don't hate it, but I don't want to get rid of these recovery cards. No, we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. It's not worth it to risk it like that. Again, there is a chance they just have booster plus energy bump in their hand. That's 100% a plausibility here. But I'm counting on them not having both. If they have booster and they take out the Magcargo, then things are going to go a little bit sour. But they need to find Arven, which again is a 4 of. They need to find a Stadium, which is not a 4 of. If this Jamming Tower sticks the whole game, things are going to be good for us. Something that will suck is if they're able to boss the Magcargo and arm press it, or boss the Squawk and arm press it, or amp it, which I think is what's going to happen right here. But again, by doing this play where you boss something, you're like, not giving up. You're giving up your opportunity for 2 prizes by doing this. You're hoping I can't establish another one. Yeah, here's the arm press. Because now if I can just establish another Magcargo, which we can, by the way, things are going to be a little bit difficult for them. So let's lead with Mew here, our free retreater. We really did need the free retreater here. And we get Boss. Oh, we are 1 card off of having that really sick play last turn. But that's okay. Right now, I think all we really need to do is Vessel. Get rid of these, unfortunately. Get the 4 energy. That's exactly what we need. And we start by shining our feathers on this Magcargo. Or goldening our flame, actually. Actually, we're goldening our flame. And again, the reason I didn't want to get rid of the Super Rod was for a situation just like this, where we need another Slugma, Magcargo, and we'll put the energy, even the Fez back as well. It could be good, but nah, you know what? Let's do these. More important, recovery. Now we can also restart. We can draw 3 cards. And Ethan's Adventure. Fantastic card to pull right now. We can get the Slugma, get the Magcargo, get the Fire Energy. We have Ultra Ball in case we need it the following turn. So maybe instead of Magcargo, I'll get double energy here. So we can prepare the Slugma with an attachment for turn on it. And you can see right now. Or should I attach for turn or save these for the Golden Flame next turn? Maybe I'll save them. Let's Lava Burst right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is what we need. Goodbye, Iron Hands. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, I didn't want to attach these energies because it's possible we get something that's more relevant off of these 2 prizes. Slugma and Latias, so we will be able to Ultra Ball them away. But I don't think it was worth like attaching and then attaching again next turn and hoping we can Golden Flame, where if we just Golden Flame, then we find others and attach. Kind of the same difference, but I'd rather leave our options open in case they try and go for a stall play. Then at least that Slugma's not stuck, because then if we were to evolve it to Magcargo, it would be stuck. Here comes the bundle. The Iron Bundle of Joy. And again, I think that's all perfect for us to leave with Slugma up here, because there is a chance that they can establish a Pikachu maybe if they're playing Crystal. Maybe the Slugma is the best call anyways here. Yeah, I think it is. Considering we have another one in hand, I can see them going like for the Hyper Blower and now just retreating and Jolting Charge something else. Or they scoop it up. Or they scoop it up because they know that it was too much for them. Maybe they were hoping for like that we brought up a Ho-Oh, and then they drop like Stadium, Defiance Band, Crispin on the Miraidon. But hey, you saw just how strong this deck was, being able to one-shot anything, being a 1-prizer and not being able to get hands. Turns out that's a great combination. Our opponent has called the coin flip. It was tails, and that means it never fails. And we are going to get to choose to go second here. Our opponent's going to go first. Hopefully we get a decent starting hand, some ball search, some supporters. Start with Slugma, which we could have a better starter and literally anything else, but it isn't the worst. We just have to find another Slugma to start attaching to. There's a Dino, so we could potentially be playing against Hydreigon EX. I say potentially because this could be the like energy acceleration Hydreigon if they're cooking up something spicy. There comes a Badoo. There goes a Hydreigon. Or an energy on the Dino. I think this is fine. Another Slugma is good. We're going to bench that. I do think I want to attach here in case they retreat and go for Badoo. We'll be able to steady Fire Breathing the following turn. I think Iono is probably the best call. Lots of good stuff in that hand I don't want to get rid of. And I do hope that we can spam some items this turn. Or we don't have to spam any items. That's okay too. But we will drop the Jamming Tower and we will start Fire Breathing. Now, as long as we can accelerate a lot of energies, we should be fine here because we can one-shot Hydreigon. It's just getting to that point might be a little complicated. They drop the Fez, another Dino comes down too. Here's a Nest Ball that's going to probably get them a Pidgey. I'm guessing they're playing the Pidgeot build, yep. And another Iono. I'm genuinely fine with that. There's nothing like really great in our hand. This is better. It's definitely better. The Ultra Balls make it a bit better. I'm curious if they're going to get natural rare candy Hydreigon and attachment. That would be kind of crazy. But they are just going to retreat and go for a Badoo. That seems about correct. So a reason why I attached there. We can KO this Badoo. Then they will get Fez, but I don't necessarily mind doing that because we can, again, offset the prize trade once more. Or, oh, we do have Pinsir draw too, though. Maybe this isn't the best idea to steady fire breathing. Let's see. Let's research. Because Pinsir can one-shot Hydreigon. And I don't want it to get KO'd by... But again, they have a kind of small hand. There's a chance that they get, like, Hydreigon, Rare Candy. Now, they need a lot here. Steady Fire Breathing, I think, is still the correct choice. Let's go for a Golden Flame on the bench. Slugma, I don't think they're going to get an Obsidian here. It seems fairly unlikely. So I will also bench the Fez. And let's just go for Steady Fire Breathing. Take out this Badoo. Take a prize. Again, we get them Fezandipiti. They're going to have a total of 9 cards to work with. But they need, like... They basically need Crispin, Neo Upper, Hydreigon, and Counter Gain to be able to pull off a Obsidian play here. There's a Counter Gain. Maybe, but they can't. They also need Stadium, which is an important thing to note because of the Jamming Tower. So I don't see it happening, especially now that we know there's no Pidgeot. I can just see the Crashing Headbutt happen. If the Crashing Headbutt happens, I think that if we can Fez into the right cards, it'd be nice to be able to respond with Ethan's Pinsir because it's going to be doing a clean after resistance, or not resistance, after weakness. It's going to be doing a clean amount of damage. Okay, we see the Pinsir come up. They aren't able to Crashing Headbutt us here, which is fine. We might have to bench Latias to make some things happen. We can also go for a boss play and boss up the Pidgeotto. But this is still a really tough spot to be in. I think going for the Nest Ball and getting... Do we want the Mew here? Maybe not. Maybe we want Latias. And then we Ultra Ball. And then we can't draw anything. This is a really tough decision to make. I think we do want Mew here. Because if we evolve to Slugma, I think... Do we have enough HP? No, we're at 130. If we evolve to Magcargo, I meant. So we will still be able to get hit by... what's it called? To get hit by Obsidian. So I think that's why going for a boss on maybe the Fez is a better idea. We do also have Switch, but this is, again, another tough spot to be in. Preemptively benching the Pinsir was kind of rough. We did force them to waste the Counter Catcher, though. So take that with what you will. Again, they can go ahead and get Neo Upper here, but they can't retreat this Fez for free. So... we will just have to see how this goes. Again, if they're able to take out the Magcargo and the Slugma and the Pinsir, that's going to be difficult for us to come back from. Here comes the Crispin. What I can definitely see happening, though, is I can see them going Crispin to attach the Fez, and then retreat, and then manually go Hydreigon, Crashing Headbutt, attaching the Dark to the Fez. Interesting. Oh, Neo Upper. You have Neo Upper. That's fine. Hopefully they don't have the Stadium in hand, or else I'll cry, or else I'll sob. Please Crashing Headbutt me. Please fall for the bait. Please fall for the bait. Fall for the bait. Night Stretcher's fine. Night Stretcher's fine. Please fall for it. Please fall for it. Fingers crossed you fall for it. Fingers crossed you fall for it. That's fingers crossed. Fingers crossed you fall for it. They're debating. I can like almost hear the thoughts. Do I Crashing Headbutt and give them access to Fez and potential Magcargo response, or just pass? The actual correct answer is just pass here. But they did go with a crashing headbutt. Okay, okay. Getting rid of Prime Catcher. Ouch, I don't love that. I really don't love that. But we do need to find Vessel, which we have 4 of in the deck, in order to respond to this Hydreigon effectively. So I don't necessarily mind that situation. Rod is decent as well, because Rod can allow us to get this Pinsir back. If we can respond with the Pinsir, that's even better. So I think going for Rod, and even Latias, or even, you know, Slugma for now. I don't think we're going to need Latias anymore, because now we can restart, and if we draw into like Vessel plus Energy, or even like Ethans, we are chilling. Research is not the card I want to see here. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. This would be all of our energy recovery gone. But I think in order for us to like respond to the Hydreigon, I think we need to do this. Ooh, I don't like that. And we don't even get... What? We don't find a single Earthen Vessel. Not one Earthen Vessel, not 2 Fire Energy. We have 5 left in the deck. Nothing. Wow. Okay. I'm not a fan of that. We know they have the Dark Energy in hand. If they take a multi-KO, I think we literally just lose this game, because there's no way for us to come back from that. That is absolutely so devastating. That is so devastating. I'm in shock. I'm genuinely in shock from that. That was probably one of the worst hands I could have had. Wow. So what do you think of my Ethan's Magcargo deck, the Ethan box? I think this deck has a lot of potential, and there's like a lot of really cool things it can do. It does feel a lot like Chien-Pao, but it feels a little bit weaker than Chien-Pao right now, because you don't play a consistent draw engine. And this is something I did really want to bring up as I was talking at the end of this video, is I think that this deck will flourish a little bit more if you're able to squeeze in like a 2-2 Revavroom line. And maybe instead of like the Squawk, maybe instead of like, I really don't know. The deck list is so tight for space that it feels like some of these cards are truly necessary. My thoughts are maybe you can get rid of Squawk and a Slugma and add in a 1-1 line of Revavroom. The reason we're playing the 4 Slugma here is because we want to ensure that we're always finding it, because we don't play a consistent draw engine. But maybe getting rid of the Latias, maybe getting rid of the Slugma, getting rid of the Squawk, and getting rid of something else will let you squeeze that 2-2 Revavroom line in there, allowing you to be a little more consistent with your draw power. Or if you don't want Revavroom, because I can see it getting stuck being a bit of a problem, you can maybe play something like the Dunsparce line. I think that this deck is actually only going to get better as we go forwards, because we are getting an Air Balloon reprint in Black Bolt and White Flare, which will, I think, make the Revavroom draw engine, because it has to retreat. I think it'll make it much, much better. But that's just what I'm thinking. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. Thanks for watching my videos. I post very consistently, albeit a bit sporadically. And until next time, Hitmonchanting is out. Just wanted to take a second to thank our channel members. As of right now, my one and only channel member is Rahat M9. Thank you so much for supporting the Hitmonchanting channel. If you too would like to support the Hitmonchanting channel, you can take a look at the membership link below. Lots of different levels and exclusive perks like videos, discounts, and more.